Hello, in this video we are going to talk about everything that we are going to find when we want to buy a property in Spain. It will be the first of many, so follow me to know more. So, where are we going to look for the property? The best thing would be to search for properties on internet search engines such as Idealista, Fotocasa, Habitaclia. On these websites, we can filter the search for the type of property we want, if it is a house, is it a local, is it a flat, or how many square meters do we want the search to have? Different prices? Basically, we can filter a lot of things. What is the most advisable? The best will be to look for a property that is published and that is managed through a real estate agency. This is always the most recommended. Just try to avoid the particular seller. It is not because we are going to have a bad experience with them, but it is more likely that the owned seller does not have the experience and knowledge for all the points that are going to be developed for the purchase, and all the legal documents which we are going to need to check beforehand. The fact of working in real estate agency is going to give us some peace of mind when it comes to property documentation. For example, one thing I found once I want to visit the property. It was that the real estate agency asked me to sign a data protection law document and asked me to have previously sent them my ID. Basically, they do this because they must have a record and they have to have proof of who exactly visits that property, and have a signature that the visit is also made with them. After visiting the property, what we're probably going to do is book that property. The booking document will be provided by the real estate agency. It is a fairly simple document where it will obviously have the date, our information of the property and the price that is being agreed. We have two options: either we book for the published price without asking for discounts, so we do a deposit of the 1% of the purchase price. This would be a booking purely and exclusively. But it could be that we make a lower offer, and this is very common in Spain, then it would be an offer document. For example, we would say we want to offer 240,000 euros for this property, and we would do a deposit of 1% of what we offer, of 2,400 euros. So we sign a document. It will say that if the price is accepted by the selling part, that money is automatically discount of the total price, and the next thing a new document is signed that is called in Spain the arras contract. Basically, it is a document of commitment to buy and sell under certain conditions, and in Spain it has this curious name. In this last document, there is a commitment from the selling party to sell the property to us at the agreed price and from our part to buy it. In addition, we are going to pay another 9% of the price, to reach 10% in total between book and arras. At the moment of signing the contract of arras, they will give us documentation of the property, such as the energetic report certificate, the registration note of this property, where it appears who are the current owners. And all this information is incorporated into the arras. Other information that is in the arras contract is the maximum dates of the whole process of purchase, where it is stipulated when the last possible day for the purchase will be and how many days prior to the purchase we must notify the seller. For example, we are signing the contract the 1st of May, and we are going to establish that the purchase will be no farther than the June 15th as a deadline. And also, we are going to establish how many days to notify them the exactly date of purchase, and very important, notifying in which notary will the purchase. All this documentation is going to be reviewed by the real estate, but is highly recommended to have someone you trust to be able to do it. The best thing will be, for example, to use a notary's office. In Spain, the signatures of the purchase is taking place in the notary, and is chosen by the person who buys the property. So the best thing is take all the document of the property to this notary's office, and we can check that it is correct and that it is a property that will finally be able to be buy. So far what we have is where to find the property. That, after visiting it, we can make an offer, we can make a booking. Then if the price is accepted, we sign the contract of arras. So what happens if after signing the contract of arras and paying the first 10% of the price, any part cancel the operation? We could lose the reservation if after offering 240,000 euros and the seller accept, but then we don't buy it, but not always. For example, we have discovered that this property has certain structural defects that we are unaware of, some hidden defect or some issue that does not allow it to be transmitted. Well, in that case, the money would not be lost. Now, if it's only our decision, then we would lose the money. So if we pull back from the purchase for personal reasons and we do not want to explain, or there are really no valid reasons, we will lose the money. On the other hand, if the seller does not respect the date of the purchase, and actually decides not to sell the property to us because someone else making them a higher offer, they will have to return by duplicate the amount of money that we already pay. And all this is very clear in the contract of arras. So, now we have the booking and we have signed the arras. In our example, the price it is 240,000 euros and we have already paid 24,000 euros between the booking and the arras. So, we have to pay the rest of the money the day of the purchase in front of the notary. It is important to know that the only valid way to pay is by transfer or with a personal check. Now we must know that in addition to the price of 240,000 euros, it will be others costs to pay. The bigger one are taxes. Taxes for the purchase have to be paid the same day of the purchase. And please press attention to this part. Because in Spain there are different autonomous communities and each autonomous community apply different % of tax on the purchase. So, for example, if we talk about buying second-hand homes, each autonomous community set a % of property transfer tax. For example, Barcelona sets it at 10% of the price. Madrid set it at 6%. Now, if the house is new construction, what is paid is VAT, and in that case it always is 10%, and in addition to VAT, we will have the documented legal act, another tax, around another 1% or 15%. But in our example, the property, we want to buy it second-hand property, so what we have to pay is the property transfer tax. And as we said, it is in Barcelona, we would pay 10%. If we were in Madrid, for example, it would be 6%. So in Barcelona, we pay 10% in tax. So far we have the price of 240,000 euros plus an extra 10% for taxes. And what other costs are we going to have? Well, at least 2 more obligatory costs and a third that I am going to recommend, which is an agency or a lawyer to manage everything. The obligatory costs are the notary and the land registry. The notary, as we said, it is where we are going to sign, we are going to choose it. And this costed between 1,000 euros and 1.800 euros. The land registry or property registry is where we are going to be recorded as the new owners of the property. It has a cost between 500 euros and 1,000 euros. In our example of 240,000 euro purchase price, we have 240,000 euro purchase price, 24,000 euros for taxes, 1,000 euros for the notary, about 500 euros for the land registry. That would be all the money we would need to purchase this property. So we have seen from how and where to look for the property. That imports of choose a good real estate agency, the booking, the contract of arras, the aspects of the notary and the land registry, and all about taxes. But remember the important to hire an agency or a lawyer, for example, a real estate agency with good reviews on the internet. I will make another video with all the information about mortgage. So basically, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can see the new updates, and see you in the next video.